Feel that? Feels like a brand new episode of Satisfactory. So today, left off last episode wanting to get our steel set up for all our pipes, and I've already forgotten how much we need. So I'm gonna have to redo that and recalculate things, and yeah. I'm gonna move these around, and I'll probably bring you guys in for some of it, but we'll see how much I bring in for. Just cause, I don't know. We'll see. It's time for a little check-in. So we have I haven't hooked all this up yet, but I've planned it all out. All I need to do now is just go ahead and connect our things up to here, and this whole thing should run. So we have 6 constructors here. One is underclocked to 55% because we need 5.55 constructors. So instead of overclocking one, or we need overclock 2 actually because we need an extra 55%. Went on made an extra one and underclocked it to 55. And then all this merges together. Also overclock these to 150 to get all the steel that we need. And underclock this one by a little bit so we're producing exactly as much steel as we need. Yeah, so we make all of our pipes and then I'll get merged into here. And then from here, they will go over to all of our constructors. As you can see, I've already started connecting up some of our concrete and things like that. So right here is where we make our encased industrial beam. So that's why we're bringing over the concrete and putting in here. And then the steel beams, of course, will go in here once we actually have them. And then we're actually starting to pull out our wires, which is nice. So all the wire from a wire factory here is getting pulled out. And then we don't need it here, so we bypass this. And then we go up. And then everyone here is getting all the wire that they need, manifold style. And yeah. And then over here is going to be for our personal stuff. And then over here is our 2 sets of motors and rotors, rotors and stators. Rotors and stators. And those will go ahead and funnel in to make our motor. We'll make it being 5 motors per minute, which is really all we can do. We're really eking out just about every piece of material we can out of here. We still have a little bit left over, but we still need to make some steel for our own personal beams and pipes, which will probably just happen over in this area. But yeah, so it's looking good so far. All I need to do now is just hook up our iron, and I think our iron and coal. I think we're good. Oh, and we have 3. We've gone back to the system of 3. I didn't even notice. This will be super easy. All right, there we go. So hooked up all of our nodes here. We'll still have a lot left over. So we need the 166.6 per minute. And I can go ahead and just get rid of all these nodes right now. But so yeah, we got that done and dusted. So we need the 166.5. So if we do the math, we get, what was it, 240? So that's 240 minus 166.5. We have 73.5 left over. So we can, in theory, just like split one off from each of these belts. So split off from here, split off from there, and then overclock one of these things to... No, we can't, because we can have 73.5. Okay. So let's just make a note of that. We have 73.5 steel per minute. Steel per minute left over. Okay. So we can do something with that, but what we will do, I'm not sure. So yeah, there we go. We're cooking with gas now. Very cool. So now this entire setup is up and running. I hooked the thing up with power. I see that glowing red over there. You need power. And I saw someone over here with... Someone's got free. Someone's got to be free, right? Let's see. 4... Okay. I might do this the worst way possible. There we go. Okay. So now we will have everything we need to make motors. Motors will get stashed, and then I need to store all these as well. And the steel beams. Look, we're already making them. So it looks like the wires are all backed up as I would expect. And then we just gotta wait for... Well, it'll never fully back up. Just because we're providing exactly as much as we need. But yeah. This should be good. Everyone should get exactly what they need. As things back up here, then we'll get down to the bottom and efficiency will improve. But yeah, this is our good stator, motor, rotor, and steel encased beaming, or industrial encased beaming setup. Ah, yes. Look at this lookout tower. Very nice to see everything from up here. I guess I should have done this in the first place, huh? But now we get the full 360 of the factory, which is very nice. And then I'll probably go ahead and split off that, and then we'll finish up here. I'm gonna eat that. We'll finish up here and finish out this entire steel factory, which is pretty nice if I do say so myself. And all right, here we go. So now we've split off a belt here, and I've done it so that these smelters, these blast furnaces, whatever they're, they won't use more than the 73.5. So this one uses 28.5, and this one does 45. So 45 plus 28 is 60, 73, and then the 0.5 is 0.5. This will use every bit that we have left over. And I think beams are more useful for like my day-to-day use. I don't think I'll be using pipes as much, like just like, since this is like for my personal stuff, I went ahead and underclocked this to only do 8.665. It uses, I can't get it to get, 13 ingots exactly. This is as close as I could get it, so we'll have to deal with it. And then this one's on full blast for steel beams. So, yeah. Then these are going into our storage, and since I need more steel beams just in my day-to-day for belts and things like that as opposed to pipes, that's why we're doing this. That's why we're not underclocking this and underclocking the steel pipes. So yeah, I'll let this go, but now we have a fully functioning steel factory. It is so nice. We're using every bit of resources out of everything here. Every ounce of it. So nice. I'll have to double check to make sure these don't run low on anything, but they really shouldn't, honestly. You should stay firing at 100%, especially since they backed up first. But yeah, everyone should be just fine. I'm also thinking worst comes to worst, if we need an extra ingot or whatever, I'll just slap in some more overclockers and do it that way, but we should be more than okay. So I'm just going through and looking for what we need for completing phase 2 of the elevator. And we have everything actually already. So this factory actually took care of what we needed to do. We have 2.5 stators per minute, and we're producing 5 extra, which are just for personal use. But we'll take half of that, and we'll take the 2.5, and we will use that for this. And then for smart plating, reinforced iron plate, which we've already created a new factory for. We got that taken care of, and then the rotors, we're making 5 extra of those per minute as well. So we'll have that covered as well. The only thing we don't have covered here is the versatile framework, and we don't have that covered because we need 30 steel beams per minute, and where am I? We need 30 steel beams, and we're only making 15, so we need to double this. But we still need pipes for our own personal use. So I'm thinking we keep these steel beams for personal use, and we set up another smaller factory somewhere else. Where? I'm not too sure, but I'm thinking that's probably our best bet. Because we can't even supply it with the full 30 anyway. Oh, we could, actually. We could get overclocking. Did we do that? Did we do that? I'm also just going through the steel pipes, and we don't really need steel pipes for our own personal use. Other than for Noblists, which, I mean, I would like to have Noblists, but I think for right now, we might have to forget about them. Maybe not. And then if I would go and overclock those, we could get this up to 30, but I need a little bit more than that. So right now we're producing 28.5, so we need another, not another 20, but we need to get to 45. So what's at 18? Well, 18 and a half? Question mark? So, yeah, I think it's 18 and a half. So we could get the 30 steel plates or whatever. These steel beams. We could get the 30 and supply that for the phase 2, but then we lose access to our own personal steel beams, which still is not ideal. So, what do we do? I'm not really sure what to do. We could get an extra 120 a minute if I overclock this. However, we just don't have the belts to actually pull it out of there. So what I'm thinking we do here is, honestly, we go back to our hub base, and then from there we just see what we can do about Mark IV belts, because oh yeah, I was looking at that. It's like, what is this doing here? We're gonna look at Mark IV belts, because at this point, that's what's gonna hold us back. We can overclock those and get all the material we need for the next phase. It's really just gonna be the Mark IV belts. Looks like Mark IV belts are locked behind phase 2. Okay. So we'll have to figure something out. I might have to do some kind of impromptu. I'm thinking we don't need all this coal out here. I think this might be a pure node as well. So my line of thinking is, since we're full up on that, it's not really needed right now. I don't really care if the tractor runs or not. The pure node. That's a pure node. Okay, so I think we'll just use this, set up a very temporary factory right here to produce the steel beams that we need. And I'll pull a source of iron from one of these. They're not needed. And even if they are, I can just upgrade it to something else. What do you guys even... I'm not using any of this. The only reason these are still running is because I'm awesome syncing it. Ugh. Yeah, like literally all this can go. We don't need screws. We just don't need them. Let me just make sure I don't need screws for anything personal, like around the base or anything as I'm walking around. No. No. I mean, no. 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 Okay, so we just get rid of screws altogether. Yeah, so we can just screw the screw line. Oh, and let's get rid of it, and we'll make a temporary steel thing over here until we get to the next level. I also think we should just unlock some of these, because at this point, everything in these things is extremely easy for us to get. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll go grab the materials. And there you go. There you go. And then I'll go grab the materials, and we'll be good to go. There we go. We'll go ahead and send this to space. And we'll select this one.
Milestone reached. Blueprints reduce
I can't give it
building
just yet.
tasks, further optimizing your progression towards saving Earth.
But we have blueprints now, so that's kind of nice. And then what is this?
And sunsets over
Infrastructure, which will be nice, and then hypertubes.
The blueprint designer
I got hypertubes a while ago instead of just running around.
once and then duplicate.
All right. Let's see. Now we have. Now that it's back, we can go ahead and give it everything else at once. Take everything from me, please. Stop being difficult. We'll launch that for expanded power. And next up is this. We should have... Yeah, we have enough. I'll just go grab the copper sheets. But I think now... Ada! I'm talking. Which was rude.
Power storages can hold excess power to delay or prevent blackouts in the eventuality that your factory's power consumption exceeds production. To simplify, these are rechargeable batteries. Power towers carry power lines for significantly greater distances than poles, facilitating factory expansion and exploitation of this environment for the good of Fixit and humanity.
Thank you, Ada. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and build our next very temporary steel factory here while we wait for that to return, and then we should be good. All right, we have a game changer. I forgot about this recipe. We didn't have enough concrete left over there at our other factory anyway. I think we're gonna go ahead and do this because with this factory, with this setup, it's like a 2.66 to 1. So 2.66 steel ingots, I think. I did that right. 2.661 steel ingots to steel beam, as opposed to over here it's like 4 to 1 or something. Yeah, it's 4 to 1. It's almost half as much, so I think we'll do that. And luckily for us, we have a concrete factory down here that I'm not using at all. So let's take some more over here as well. And now we can unlock hyper tubes. Get out of here. And with that, we've completed everything up to this point. And now we're stuck. Because I haven't even started making the phase 2 stuff. But we need trains. Once we unlock trains, the game changes forever. I'm probably just going to skip right past any form of tractors. Maybe, unless, I don't know. We'll see. I feel like tractors just kind of a lot of trouble.
Hypertubes, because Fix-It makes pioneers' closely monitored dreams come true.
Thanks, Ada. Alright, so we have the coal over here now. We'll be using most of it. I do need to upgrade this, though. Just in case. But yeah, I'll upgrade this and then we'll be good to go. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff. Now we're talking spaghetti. Hope you're hungry. So yeah, I just upgraded that one because it produces exactly 120, which is as much as we need, I think. Maybe a little less. I don't remember. 120 is enough, though. That's all I do know. I think. God, let me check. But yeah, we're just over. At least I can walk under it, you know? That's a plus. And then if we just don't look at it, ignore its existence, we'll be fine. So yeah, so we need 30, 45, 90, 120. Yeah, so it's 120. Upgraded that one as well. So now I should hook these up to power. Look at this. All part of the plan. Yeah, everything on this pavement is going to be disappearing. So everything is very, very temporary. Don't you worry your heads about it. I mean, just look at all this unused concrete. So much of it just begging to be used. It's been sitting here forever. I don't even know why I made this. I thought I would need it because I was going to make the big base, but don't need that much. So, yep. We're just going to sloop and we're going to take it out. I also hope we get better power soon because we're creeping on this max consumption. It's creeping up to that capacity real quick. Ready for parkour? Ooh. There we go. We are in the middle of just making this absolutely disgusting monstrosity. There we go. There we go. Back down to the highway. And it's almost like this thing was never here. There we go. Look at that. Look, it's so beautiful. Don't you love it in all its glory? And now it is hooked up to this, which only makes 45 per minute, which I am now realizing. I don't remember what the stuff was called. Okay, we only need 30, so it's fine. Okay. Now I'm making 45 steel beams, which is more than what we need, but it is what it is, so I don't care. Alright, here's... I'm not doing these here. Now that I think about it, I'm just not going to. Just because some of these need things that are close by, kind of. So, like, the stators and the cables can get put somewhere else. And then I'm not going to... There's going to be a whole lot of reworking going on. That steel factory will probably stay. But everything we see that's, like, over there that we've been seeing that it's kind of a mess, it'll go. This will stay. I like this setup. The steel factory will stay. I don't know what I'm going to do with that copper factory. Other things will get changed around, but this is a good setup, and then I think the steel factory is a good setup. But then everything at the beginning area that we first started at, that'll all change. Get scrapped or whatever. But for now, I'm going to go around. And we will actually just go ahead and get some smart plating. Why can I not... add to to-do list. So we need plating there, and then we need some other stuff also. All right, I've made a decision. We have no choice but to get weird. So I guess we're gonna get weird. The last of the resources are making their way over. Don't look at the belts. It's absolute spaghetti disgustingness. I'll probably create a busing system at some points, but that point is not right now because I want better belts. So yeah, we're belting everything we need over to this one point. We have more than enough to supply everything. We aren't making enough cables. I did upgrade the mine over there to a Mark II and overclocked the smelter and all three of the constructors. So they're overclocked. They're making 45 a minute instead of 50 a minute, but we only need 100 of these as compared to the thousands of the others. So it won't be as bad, is what I'm saying. This will get done first probably, so I don't really care. And yeah, I guess now it's just a waiting game. Man, oh man, I've been away for 2.5 hours, and we are nowhere near. I should have started smart plating a long time ago. Good news is this is done. I'm gonna go ahead and just remove that. Pick that back up, and then yeah. It wasn't a bad 2.5 hours though. I watched the I don't know if you guys are into like the Grand Tour, the old Top Gear, but they just released the old, or not the old, the last Grand Tour episode, and yeah, the end of an era. Sucks, but it is what it is. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely, if you're into it, if you really watch this stuff, definitely watch it. That was alright. Definitely pretty sentimental, so yeah, we're gonna have to find out what to do about the smart playing stuff, because that's ridiculous. I thought it'd be faster than that. Oh, we had everything we needed. Why is the other one going faster? Alright, so it's not the motors. Although I'm not sure the motors go in there. I'll have to check. Nope, it's going on 100% efficiency. And we're making 5 rotors per minute, so just have a... I'm just handing out power shards at this point like it's candy. So we'll go ahead and do... It's a 1-to-1, so let's just go do the full 5 per minute. And... Oh, we can only do 3. Alright, well, then we're doing 3. And then we need 3 reinforced plates. I know we're making more than that, but I kind of want to see how much we are making just because I'm curious. Making just over 24. I was just curious. And now you guys know if you forgot from last time or whenever I did that in the first place. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know why it's taking so long. It had the most parts. It's 3 per minute. It's so slow. That's why. I guess while that goes, I can set up belt highways. It's gonna need to be done sooner or later, and I got nothing else to do. So, well, I guess I have no choice but just AFK. Built the big old bus. We still have our tractor over there pulling quartz from our quartz factory. That one's a little long. Everything else is like, it's like not a big enough factory to put a tractor out. I don't know. I decided to belt it over anyway. We'll probably never do things like this for our next couple of bases. But since this is going to be like this is like our starter biome, starter base and everything. We'll just go ahead and make big buses. Because now we have everything, I think from our steel factory that we can use for our personal stuff and the motors and everything is all being bussed over. The quick wire, I went over the Caterium over there, and now we're busting that over. And then I just had our copper sheets over there join up on here, right here. Steel pipes, stators, rotors, quick wire, motors, industrial, normal beams. And then we still have our stitch, or not, well, it was a stitch plate recipe, but we still have the reinforced plates over here, which we will leave there for a while. I need to move these. Yeah, this just shouldn't be here anymore. Yeah, so I'll slowly move that across as well. But yeah, really just an AFK game at this point. I also noticed something really random. But if you look at this and it says, you know, take whatever it is off belt Mark 1. And if you look up at a Mark 3, it has an exclamation point. Don't know what that's about. Oh, this does. No, it doesn't. That does for some reason. That does. This does. I wonder if it's got something to do with it being in there. like in between the layers. I don't know. Doesn't do it down here though. I don't know. Now look at our beautiful bus line all moving and grooving and bringing everything up to our platform here. This is where anything past this point that we need to do, we'll have all our items here for us to do whatever we need to do with it. And this will also be our train station. Yeah, so the goal of everything is to condense all the raw materials like raw iron, even iron ingots and things like that, into as compact as they can be. What I mean by that is I turn them into rotors, stators, things like that. I want to have to transport the least amount of goods as possible. That should really be your goal whenever you're using trains and stuff. Not that I've ever used them, but logically, it makes sense. But yeah, we're halfway there, smart plating. So, I don't know. I'm thinking it might be done before I go to bed tonight, but not sure. Alright, I added some more bus lanes here. So now we're bringing in wire and cables from the copper factory that I redid over there. Just take full advantage of the Mark II miner. But yeah, I would say now at this point, for real, I think there's nothing to do but wait. At this point, for real, we're belting in everything that we can pretty much make at this point. Like every steel, anything we can make with steel, we're belting in. Anything with copper, we're belting in. They're belting in the reinforced plates. I moved those over there also. The only thing we're not belting into that main area up there is just like iron plates, like the base ones, screws and rods, and concrete, I guess. So I guess we should belt in concrete. Ugh, more belts. Consider the concrete upgraded and belted. Nah, it'll just take 7 years to get over here. But now, for real this time, I think that's all I can do. Upgrade the concrete over there, belting it over, and belting everything else over, so. You're sweet. So I guess I did some researching the MAM between cuts, and now we have access to all 3 overclocks. So now we can do 5 per minute, because this is taking forever, dude. Forever. I mean, damn, 50 megs? That's kind of a lot, but we need to. So we're producing everything we need, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, more waiting. It is done. After many, many AFK hours, I got a notification for like, oh, you're playing for 8 hours. You gotta get off and or do something, you know, whatever. But I'd be surprised if I played for more than 3 hours total today, maybe 4 if I really grinded out on counting yesterday's or whatever last session the night. Yeah, so we are good to go and complete phase 2. Go ahead. Sunrise. Let's go. Let's go. Seal. Oh yes.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 2 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 2 will be completed and the construction dock will be constructed. After completion of Phase 2, the technologies of Tiers 5 and 6
Brains,
will become
baby.
available in the hub. These might feel intimidating after your previous experience, but rest assured that you would not be here if you were entirely incompetent. Highlights
Thanks.
are oil production, railway transportation, the jetpack, and many more. Completing Phase 3 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. Just remember to focus on
Yikes.
producing and delivering the project parts, and fix its faith in you will be strengthened.
Yeah, phase 3 is not being completed for at least another 100, 200 hours. Who knows? Go ahead and send this bad boy up. Nice. Achievement unlocked. Getting a little cloudy. But it doesn't matter. Right? Nice.
Phase 2 of Project Assembly completed. You have been performing more adequately under pressure and are
Nice.
closer than ever to saving the day. Perhaps you were the right choice for the job. Time will tell. You will now enter Phase 3 of Project Assembly. Continue as you are, and there should be no issue. For humanity. For Fix-It.
Nice. Well, with that, it would seem phase 2 is complete. Our factory is looking mighty fine now. Just need to probably awesome sync this stuff and then get rid of it and get rid of all the straggling belts. I got rid of most of the spaghetti. I'm just waiting for this to finish out crafting, whatever it is. I don't really care. And then I'll get rid of all the rest of the spaghetti here soon. But yeah, I think that's that. Got 6 coupons laying in there. Let's go ahead and see what we can unlock, or what there is to unlock for these tiers, and then we'll call it quits there. So let's see. We have, look at this, everything's complete. Tier 5. Yes. Tier 5, we have jetpack, which we can do easily. Oil processing we can also do very easily. Mark 4 we cannot do because we don't have rubber. So we need oil processing to get to the rest of this, I assume. Yeah. Plastic and rubber and all that. The rest of this, encased beams and motors and beams and sheets, all that's, and the modular frames, all that's very easy for us right now. We definitely have more than enough to finish all that. What's in tier 6? Trains! Wait a second. We can get trains right now. We can't get signaling because we need computers. Can't get that. Let's not go trains. We gotta get tier 5 first. I know how it works. I want to jump the gun. Oil processing. Let's just do this and we'll call quits. All those motors from all this AFK time. We'll need 50. Go and grab 500 pipes. I wonder if I have an inventory. That'll be enough. And then 100 encased. Let's grab that for now. And we should have enough. There we go. Instantly we have oil processing. What do you have to say, Ada?
Reached. Crude oil can now be extracted and refined to produce various industrially beneficial parts. The byproducts of these processes will require careful management, but a capable pioneer such as yourself surely understands that. To improve efficiency, pipelines can now be optimized with valves to limit and balance their throughput. These were initially left out because Fix-It did not want to overwhelm pioneers with complex pipeline management, but they have since been re-added after my impassioned defense of
Oh
your
my god!
capabilities.
2 kilometers? 3 kilometers? Oh my god. Oh.